Ses amis, bonne journée et bienvenue. My dear friends, welcome you all to this channel, that is Hospitality Education PPT, for another new session under Hotel Français Basic, that is Basic Hotel French. And today our topic will be les nombres ordinaux, that means the ordinal numbers. In our previous class, we have discussed about the cardinal numbers, and today our journey will be related to the ordinal numbers only. So, without wasting further time, let's proceed for the next learning phase. Question is, what are ordinal numbers? Let us clarify that. Ordinal numbers are adjectives used to give the rank or position of someone or something. Is it clear to you? Ordinal numbers are adjectives which are used for what? To give the rank or position of someone or something. If I give you the example, it will be much more transparent to you. Obviously, first in French, j'habite au deuxième étage. J'habite au deuxième étage means I live at the second floor. So, this second floor, second is the adjective for the floor. So, to indicate that, we have used the French word deuxième. Étage is the floor. Okay, so that is the effect of ordinal numbers in French. In English, we call it first. In French, we call it premier, and also we can call it première. You can see in both the occasions the spelling is little different. Especially the first one, première, is used when you are indicating something masculine, and the same will change if it is a feminine, then the spelling will change, pronunciation will remain very close. Première. You can see on E there is accent grave, that means grave accent, and the word is ending with E, that is vowel. So the last consonant will be pronounced very softly out here. In this case it is R, and R is always pronounced from the back of your throat. So pronunciation will be premier, that is first. In English we call it second. In French we call it deuxième. Deuxième. Similarly, in English we call it third, ordinal number third, and in French we call it troisième, troisième. Fourth, in English we call it fourth, in French we'll call it quatrième, quatrième. And fifth, in English, in French we call it cinquième, cinquième. Okay. Now, did you notice anything out of these 5 cardinal numbers, ordinal numbers I have placed in before you? If you look at second, third, fourth and fifth, rest I did not discuss right now, we'll understand it very soon. You'll see there is a kind of pattern. What is the pattern? Deuxième, troisième, quatrième, cinquième. Okay, that means we get something common in all these 4. What is that? You can see it is highlighted already, IEME, and accent grave on E. These 4 letters are very common in all the cases. So that means there is some rule or some guidelines. What is that? Let us invent. The rule is very simple. Take the cardinal number and add the suffix IEME. Clear? It is very simple. Now, if you look at these examples, deuxième, troisième, quatrième, cinquième. Now if I add the cardinal number plus IEME, this suffix, then how it will go further? Let us see this example. SIX is 6 plus IEME as per the rule, and together it will be pronounced as CCM. That means sixth. 6 is the ordinal number in this case. Let us take up another one example. SEPT, sept, means 7 plus IEME as per the guidelines. It becomes septième. Septième is 7th. Okay? And it will go on like that. Is that clear? The ordinal numbers? Fine. Fair enough. Let's move further. Question is, when do you use ordinal numbers in French? Where you can use these ordinal numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4 cardinal numbers we understand. But where these ordinal numbers can be used? That is the question, and we are going to clarify it now. To indicate someone's position among others. If that is the situation, then you need to use the ordinal number. And how do we say that? Here you can see the example, la quatrième voiture. La quatrième voiture. That means the fourth car. Suppose there are so many cars waiting in the parking area, and you want to indicate a specific car out of that, and there is a fourth one in the line, and we can say la quatrième voiture, the fourth car. Understood it? Fine. That's good. Another one rule. To indicate the floor number or the district number when giving an address. As for example, here you can see le premier étage. Le premier étage means the first floor. This example already we have seen earlier. First floor, and if you have to indicate that, similarly second floor, third floor, or the number of the district, anything in the address, we have to indicate with the ordinal number like this. Fair enough. Okay. Now, if you want to talk about the centuries, as for example, here you can see, let me read it out first. 21e siècle. 21e siècle. That is 21st century. 21e siècle. That means 21st century. Okay. Siècle is century. Now, to tell the fraction in mathematics, as for example, 1/5. If you want to mention that in French, we can call it un cinquième. Un cinquième. That means 1/5. Similarly, we can convert it into next 2/5 or whatever way. We can change the number and you can use the ordinal number and cardinal number accordingly. Okay. To indicate the date, only for the first day of the month we can use the ordinal number. As for example, 1st May. It can be 1st of any of the month. I have taken the example 1st May. Le premier May. May is called like this and it is written like this. It should not be in capital letter. You must notice that it is in the same continuous small letter. Le premier May. 1st May. Clear? Please note that the second can also be translated as le second or la seconde, depending on gender. That is either masculine or feminine. Okay, that's why you have used the word lo and la. respectively. Clear? Now there are some exceptions. Probably you have noticed it, or if not, let us identify those exceptions already we have used. First one, for the cardinal numbers ending with E, remember this, the cardinal numbers ending with E, then you should suppress the E before adding the suffix IEME. Earlier we have learned that cardinal numbers plus IEME will give you the ordinal numbers. Clear? Now here specifying something out here. If the cardinal number is ending with E, then we'll remove that E, rather we suppress the E, and in that case we'll be adding IEME. Let us take that example. We want to indicate fourth. So how it happened? QEATREE is not there, is removed, plus IEME. Altogether it will be pronounced like Cathrium. Cathrium. That means fourth. Clear? Fine. Another one rule and exception. For numbers like CINQ, you should add U before this suffix. That means to indicate fifth, we'll use CINQ plus U plus IEME, and ultimately it will become Siakiem. Siakiem means fifth. Whenever there will be Q, we'll be adding one extra U in between. Perfect? Okay. Next one. For numbers like NOF, NEUF, NOF means 9, you should transform the F to V before adding the suffix, that is IEM. So here, to say ninth ordinal number, what you are going to do? We'll take the word NOF, F will be changed to V, so NEUV plus IEME, Novium. Novium is ninth. Clear? For numbers like 21, the ordinal becomes Vate Unium. Vate Unium. 21st will be mentioned as Vate Unium. Clear? Let us see one or two examples out here. How we say, c'est la 12e maison à droite. That means it is the second house on the right. C'est la 12e maison à droite. D-R-O-I-T, droite means right. 12e is the ordinal number. C'est la, that is. So it is the second house on the right. Okay. Let us take up another one example. Mon deuxième voyage en France était super. Mon deuxième voyage en France était super. I repeat. Mon deuxième voyage en France était super. That means my second trip in France was great. Super is super or great. Okay. Voyage means journey. Deuxième indicates the ordinal number. Mon deuxième voyage, my second trip or second journey en France, that means in France, était super, was great. Clear? Then we have learned how to make the ordinal numbers, how to convert it from cardinal to ordinal, and how to use it, and what are the exceptions. Fine. Let us move now. Sometimes in our language we have to mention the word first, last, and before the last. If that is the case, then how to use these three words in French? The first in French is translated as premier. That already we have discussed. When the same thing is used to indicate a feminine, it becomes premier. R will be pronounced here very shortly as because it is ending with E. Clear? So premier, premier. Clear? That is about the first. Now about the last. The word last is dernier or dernier, depending on the gender. Same thing. If you are indicating it masculine, then it is dernier, last. If you are indicating it for any feminine, then dernier. That is for the feminine. Both the cases meaning will remain last. And then we'll talk about the before the last. Before the last is avant. Pronunciation is avant dernier or avant dernier. Before the last. Avant means before. Dernier, already we know it means last. Depending upon the gender, either there will be one E and Aksa Gav on E, or the spelling will change accordingly, or else it will remain the same. Clear? So this is how we express the word first, last and before the last in French language. Now it will be much more clear if we take up some examples. First one, let me read. Il est toujours le premier à se réveiller. Il est toujours le premier à se réveiller. Means he is always the first to wake up. R-E-V-E-I-L-L-E-R will be pronounced as, R will be pronounced like ha. In this case, it will come from the back of the throat. Réveiller. Il est toujours le premier à se réveiller. He is always the first to wake up. Let us take up another one example. Elle est toujours la dernière à se réveiller. Elle est toujours la dernière à se réveiller. That means she is always the last to wake up. La dernière. You can see L is feminine, that's why it is la, and spelling here also dernier is changed. It is accent on E and E ending at the word. Okay, let us take up another one example to indicate before the last. Elle est l'avant-dernier de la compétition. Elle est l'avant-dernier de la compétition. That means she is before the last of the competition. Clear? Fine. Now we'll just learn how to write ordinal numbers in an abbreviated form in French. In English we know first, second, third how to write it. Now we'll learn the same for French. It's a very simple one. There is a rule. In general, their abbreviations follow this pattern in French. Cardinal numbers followed by a superscript letter E. That means we want to mention first, according to this rule, it will be cardinal number 1 and then it will be adding one E at the end, superscript, without any space. And if it is same as the plural, in plural form, E will take S. That means E and S will be there side by side. That is the rule. But there is a exception. However, first and second have particular abbreviations. So except first and second, this rule will be valid for all the other abbreviated ordinal numbers. Okay, what is that? Let us see. If you want to indicate first ordinal number in English, then we'll write either IER, 1ER or 1RE. Clear? An abbreviated form. As we have mentioned, for first and second it is little different. For the second, what we can write? 2 is the cardinal number, and besides that we can write E. As we have mentioned, we can also write 2D or we can write 2DE. These are the exceptions. Now third onwards, it will be the same. Third means 3E, fourth means 4E, fifth means 5E, sixth means 6E. Remember, 7 means 7E. This is for writing the abbreviations. If we write in English 7th, in French the same thing will be written like 7E. Clear? Without any gap. 8th in English, in French it will be 8E. 9th it will be 9E. 10th it will be 10E. Clear? So I believe it is very simple to understand. Only your practice will give you the perfection. That always I say. With this we are at the end of the session, and thank you very much for attending this session. I hope you have learned something new for the day, and we can practice it once again, and you can also refer this channel again and again repeatedly till you get the perfection in the pronunciation process and to make your understanding very clear. As you know that this is a part of our hospitality French language knowledge and skills, and it is a lesson number 9 we have completed. And if you have liked this session, definitely like it, press the bell button, subscribe it, share it among your friends, and refer it as and when you require. So learning will become very easy. I need only one thing from you all, your feedback about this session and all the sessions. You please make me and keep me motivated by giving your valuable feedback which I require it. And if you are having any gap of understanding, please let me know about that. Till then, thank you very much. We'll meet again very soon with another one very exciting lesson on this basic hotel French. Till then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye.